Hi, I'm Charlotte. I studied art, English language and history at college, and ever since I graduated uni I've been a freelance illustrator, specifically children's illustration.
My name's Safwan Chowdhury. I studied photography here at Solihull Sixth Form, and now I work as a digital creator and studio assistant for Soul City Arts, an arts organisation in Birmingham.
So I'm Keely Horton. I did BTEC Art and Design at Sixth Form, and I now do Games Art at Coventry University.
It's amazing. I remember spending a lot of time in this building, putting in the work in my coursework and the lectures and things like that. And it's like where it all started, kind of thing.
I started doing creative stuff probably around year 8, 9. It was quite like, I was like, oh, this sounds kind of fun, but I'm not really sure about it. Didn't ever think of it very seriously until a bit later on. I kind of carried on doing creative subjects after, like when I picked my GCSEs, like developing those skills. And then when I came to kind of picking my college courses, I found the BTEC course, and I was never someone that was particularly strong with like exams, so coursework really appealed.
I did art GCSE, which was very much studying artists and producing research from it. And then when I went to college and I did art design, it was really fun because I got to experiment a lot more and figure out techniques and practices that I enjoyed doing. I did a lot of print. And then when I went to uni, it was more purpose-based.
So my journey started obviously at GCSEs. I think that was a big point for me where I had to make a decision on what I wanted to do, because obviously it impacts your A-levels, which impacts your degree choices. I did photography at GCSEs, which set me up with that mindset of research and development, which allowed me to do my photography A-level, which I then did, and I got a good grade in, and then moving on to my degree at Falmouth doing fashion photography.
The transition was really nice. It felt like I had a lot more independence and I could do a lot more of the things I actually wanted to do, and you had to kind of think about how you want to experiment with your practice more, and that was really nice because I actually got to make work I was very proud of rather than work that I was proud of because it looked like a different artist.
My transition to school to college was very specific because of COVID. We were the ones that got our GCSEs cut off, so we didn't really have like an exam period or like a closure to school. So I think coming to college there was a lot like, we were still kind of in that mindset, and I think that was a big turning point. We kind of got here and we're like, oh, we suddenly have all this freedom and there's no uniform and I'm in one class all the time and it's all very different. I think that was a big change, but because we were in those like smaller groups and we got to spend a lot more more focused times with our staff and things, and because we were a BTEC course we only had our like core 3, so we got to know them quite well and it made it quite comfortable.
I don't think I wasn't dead set on what I wanted to do, not at all. I think working with Zoe, she really pushed me in like diving deep on my own self creatively and what I want to do, what my ideas were, the concepts and researching, and I needed that guidance. I was only young as well, and she had links with Falmouth University, and the head of my course lecturer was Jonathan Sims, and we had a meeting with him like as an advisory for my coursework, and that kind of planted the seed of going there and doing that course, because I just liked the way that he spoke to me about my own work and this, that and the other. And yeah, it was big support from all of the staff at Solihull Sixth Form.
So the creative team at Sixth Form was great. Everyone is still super lovely. They still support me now after the fact, and I'm really thankful for my lecturer Alison because I wouldn't have done illustration. I didn't even know illustration was a viable option until she told me to go to a talk that was on from an illustration lecturer at the uni I actually did.
Portfolio is really important. I've had many different portfolios over the year. I've had physical ones, websites, art stations. I focus mine a lot on ArtStation now because that suits the kind of career area I'm in. But I still have a really broad range of work on mine. I'm slowly focusing it in as like my portfolio develops and I kind of have more niche work for my field. But I still have pieces from college, in particular my final year, my second year final piece of like that big creative project. I made such a push with that project to make sure it suited exactly what I wanted at uni.
A lot of the time you have to make sure that you can show your breadth in your work. You don't want to show that you're just like one, you're quite plain. At the time I was doing very conceptual work that there wasn't any people in it. It was a lot of still life and things like that. And I knew I could do portraiture, but I needed to show that. And that's when I shot other things, just to show, like little small fake concepts, just to show that I can do different things.
If you have a passion for it and you like it, just do it. Give it a go. I think there is no pressure, and I actually think it's a really lovely course, whatever level it is. And I think it is so valuable to practice your craft and something that you enjoy doing. There's a lot of pressure at school and at college and at uni to do the things you think you should do, but you should always do art. Art always has a place in school, in college, in uni, and after that. So I definitely go for it if you're considering.
But I think what people think is that it's harder, the likelihood is less to get to that role. But I would argue it's the same within every role, because nothing comes easily. Just because you got your A-level in biochem and math doesn't guarantee your job as an ophthalmologist or a dentist or whatever it may be. You just have to put the work in. So then why not put the work in something you enjoy?